This year is one of the most unpredictable ones. Is there something you can do to withstand all that? In this episode, we are going to talk about the importance of self-discipline and how it can dramatically affect your life. Hey, I'm George and welcome to Change Hackers, the place where we transform our lives step by step through theory and action. Have you ever really taken the time to study a wire cable? It consists of many thin, tiny wires placed one on top of the other. Alone, each one is flimsy and weak, but together their sum is much greater than their constituent parts and the cable becomes tougher than iron. Self-control and willpower are similar to this. To build a wheel of iron, it is essential to take small, tiny acts in tribute to the virtue of personal discipline. Routinely performed, the little acts pile one on top of another to eventually produce an abundance of inner strength. Perhaps the old African proverb says it best: when spider webs unite, they tie up a lion. Willpower allows you to do what you said you would do when you said you would do it. It is willpower that allows you to get up at 5 in the morning to cultivate your mind through meditation, or to feed your spirit by a walk in the woods when a cozy bed beckons you on a cold winter's day. It is willpower that allows you to hold your tongue when a less actualized person insults you or does something you disagree with. It is willpower that pushes your dreams forward when the odds appear to be insurmountable. Building self-control and discipline into your life will also bring you an extraordinary sense of freedom. But what do I mean when I say freedom? Most people have liberty. They can go where they want and do the things they feel like doing. But too many people are also slave to their impulses. They have grown reactive rather than proactive, meaning that they are like sea foam pounding against the rocky shore, going in whatever direction the tide might take them. If they are spending time with their families, and someone from work calls with a crisis, they hit the ground running, never stopping to think which activity is more vital to their overall well-being and to their life's purpose. Such people have liberty but lack of freedom. They lack a key ingredient to a meaningful, enlightened life: the freedom to see the forest beyond the trees, the freedom to choose what is right over what seems pressing. How building willpower will offer you more freedom? Freedom is like a house. You build it brick by brick. The first brick you should lay is willpower. This quality inspires you to do what is right in any given moment. It gives you the energy to act with courage. It gives you the control to live the life you have imagined rather than accepting the life that you have. The cultivation of discipline brings many practical benefits. Believe it or not, developing the power of your will can erase the worry habit, keep you healthy, and give you far more energy than you have ever had. You see, self-control is really nothing more than mind control. Will is the king of mental powers. When you master your mind, you master your life. When you have developed the ability to discard all weak thoughts and focus only on those that are positive and good actions will follow. Soon, you will start attracting all that is positive and good into your life. A quick reminder: if you like this episode so far, subscribe and click the bell next to it so you'll be notified first every time a brand new episode is up. Let's say one of your personal development goals is to get up every morning at 6 a.m. and go for a run around the park. Let's pretend it is now the middle of winter and your alarm wakes you from a deep, restful sleep. Your first impulse is to hit the snooze button and return to your slumber. Perhaps you will live up to your exercise resolution tomorrow. This pattern continues for a few days until you decide that you are too old to change your ways and the physical fitness goal was too unrealistic. Now let's consider an alternative scenario. It is still the dead of winter. The alarm goes off and you start to think of staying in bed. But instead of being a slave to your habits, you challenge them with more powerful thoughts. You start to picture in your mind's eye how you will look, feel, and act when you are in peak physical shape. You focus on all that you can accomplish with the increased energy a regular exercise program will bring. No more nights spent in front of the television because you are too tired to do anything else after your long day at work. Your days are filled with vitality, enthusiasm, and meaning. But what if you do this and you still feel like going back to sleep rather than going running? Initially, for the first few days, it will be a little difficult and you will feel like going back to your old habits. But if you continue to wage war against the weaker thoughts that might have silently crept into the palace of your mind, eventually they will see that they are unwanted and live like visitors who know they are not welcome. Thoughts are fully in your control. It is just as easy to think positive thoughts as it is to think negative ones. Then, why do so many people worry and focus on all the negative information in our world? Because they have not learned the art of self-control and disciplined thinking. Most people have no idea that they have the power to control every single thought they think, every second of every minute of every day. They believe that thoughts just happen and have never realized that if you don't take the time to start controlling your thoughts, they will control you. You have the power to be more than your environment. You have the capacity to be more than a prisoner of your past. To do this, you must become the master of your will. Although it sounds heavy, it's a very practical concept. Imagine what you could do if you doubled or tripled the amount of willpower that you currently have. You could get into the exercise regimen you have dreamed of starting. You could be far more efficient with your time. You could erase the worry habit once and for all. Or you could be the ideal husband or wife. Decide to do the things you know you should be doing rather than walking the path of least resistance. Start to fight the gravitational force of your bad habits and weaker impulses just as a rocket rises above the force of gravity. Just watch what will happen in a matter of weeks. Click on the next episode to learn more and get one step closer to changing your life. See you there.